Hey, what's up, guys? Carrying on back with the video, and today I'm doing my Attack on Titan review episode 71 review English dub. So, here it goes. Episode starts out with um, Armin was in the previous episode. We see Armin actually was talking to Annie there and stuff like that. Um, Mostly, we got to see what Armin was talking to Annie and stuff. One of the scout regiments was actually like making fun of Armin and stuff like that, saying he's like, what you're gonna do her and stuff like that. That's what one of the scout regiments said to Armin and stuff like that. And he's like, no, I'm trying to get some. Armin was saying like, well, I'm trying to get some intel and stuff like that. That's what he was saying and shit. um, well, and then the scout regiment thought it was she was technically hitting on her, or Arm was technically hitting on Annie and stuff like that. So that was going on with that shit. The next scene there, we see fucking the scout regiment there was talking to the the general there, and the general was actually was saying something about like to the scout regiment, saying why you need Eren and stuff like that for it there, and mostly we're saying something about mostly it was technically planned out there. This attack was technically planned out to attack Marleyan. So mostly to attack the Marleyans and stuff like that. His plan was plannedly attacked out and stuff like that because that she was getting sick and tired of what they actually did with the soldiers and stuff like that. So it was technically planned out. This attack was technically planned out where Eren was supposed to attack Marleyan on purpose because they were telling him to attack Marleyan and stuff like that. So that's when she was saying to the scout regiment guy, or not scout regiment guy, but she was talking that to the commander and stuff like that. And the commander was like, "Why you did this?" He's like, "Why you did this? You know you're gonna get thrown in jail if you go back into Marleyan and stuff like that for the heinous crimes and stuff." She's like, "I know that because mostly I did that, planned the attack when Eren was supposed to technically attack him and stuff like that." So when that was going on with that stuff, the next scene there, we see Sanjay was talking to this guy there, and this guy was actually saying something. They were saying something about Eren there. They were saying something about Eren, saying how Eren was mostly the cause of the Marleyan's destruction and stuff like that. They were saying something about most of the mainland's destruction and stuff like that. And they're saying the guy was actually saying he's like it's not really Eren's fault. You're just pulling this out of proportion there, and that's what he was actually saying. He was saying you're technically pulling this out of fucking proportion there and stuff like that. So she was, and Sanjay was like, well, I'm not really blowing this out of proportion. I'm just trying to tell you how it's stuff like that. And it actually got her pretty pissed off there, where she actually stand up to the and looked at the guy saying like, really, she's like, I'm being honestly honest on this one and stuff like that. So I don't know what's gonna go on with that stuff, but I guess we will find out on that. Next scene there, we seeing they're in the Capitol building there, and so, or not really Capitol building, but they're in the building there and stuff like that, and then they were saying something about in the building structures and stuff like that. One of the generals there was actually on in doing something there and stuff like that. Freaking uh, Mikasa and Armin there weren't going to try to talk to the head general there to say something about Eren's release and stuff like that. So they want technically Eren, Mikasa and Armin were trying to want to talk to Eren and see why he attacked Marleyan in the first place and stuff like that. And the general there are the chief, or yeah, the the general there was actually saying something about like, well, technically, technically we didn't really want, uh, technically we didn't really want you to see. So he was technically refusing um, Armin and Mikasa there. He was technically refusing Armin and Mikasa there to not see Eren and stuff like that because they tried to talk to him and they couldn't know no good and stuff like that, and they said it won't be no good if Armin and Mikasa talk to Eren and stuff like that. And then he's like, you know, even Armin was like saying like, well, we know each other for a very long time. Why you don't let us talk with and stuff like that? So when they walked out of the room and stuff like that, we see these two. They were Armin and Mikasa were talking there, saying Eren's not really the criminal. That's what they were saying and stuff. But why this got origin and we just can't talk to him and stuff like that for it. There and shit like that. So when she says stuff about that and crap, well, we see these two men there walk into the general's office there, and when they technically walked into the general's office there, mostly because they said, well, I want to hear what the fuck they're saying about this thing there with Eren and stuff like that for it. And out of nowhere, the general's office, Mikasa noticed something was wrong, and she told Armin to get down. We see a big explosion there. We see a big explosion there. The guys there, or the general flies out of the thing there from the. Technically, the general flies out and hits the ground. Technically, the guy is freaking dead because he got blown up there and shit like that. The protesters outside were saying they really wanted to join the fight there to see who actually did this to the general and shit like that. And mostly they had to run outside and say what actually happened and stuff like that. Mostly they were saying something about the crossfire and stuff. The next scene there, we see Eren there. We see them talking to him and stuff like that, and then they didn't know what's going on. So technically, Eren escaped there. Technically, Eren technically fucking escaped there and shit like that out of the prison. And then they're like saying Eren escaped and shit like that. So they were saying Eren fucking escaped and shit. They like looked like, what the fuck is going on there and shit like that. That's what they were saying. They were like, what the fuck is going on and shit. So when they're saying there was like, what the fuck is going on and shit like that, when they when they actually were saying stuff about that, saying what the fuck is going on. So Eren actually meets with this group there, and technically they meet with this fucking group there and shit like that, saying saying something about they gave him the robe and shit. When they gave him the robe and shit like that, saying about this thing there. They're like, we bust you out and stuff like that. And then Eren's saying, I really want to talk to freaking Zeke there. So he wanted to talk to fucking Zeke there and stuff like that. When that was going on with that stuff, the next scene we see Sanji was gonna try to like lead this thing there to find Eren there and stuff like that. So they actually gave him a name there. I think it was some like, I guess it was the Eren. This is like the Eren group or something like that. So this Eren group there, we're gonna try to find where technically Eren was technically at and stuff like that to get in more more into this thing there and stuff. When that was going on with that stuff there, when technically the Eren group was technically going off to see where technically get more information and stuff like that, they go to this town there and they're like, we're Moralians, so we're actually gonna go. They're mostly saying something about fancy restaurants and stuff like that. And then we see the soldiers went by, and we see the girl honestly was from the we see this like girl with the hood there, kind of looks like Mikasa there. She freaking was like smiling and stuff in a weird way, and that's where the episode ends. So yep, that's from Chip. Comment, write, and responsive to its members. If you like, please subscribe to the notification once you upload. Write, and responsive to its members. Like, out. Peace.